Here we have the Revopoint 3D scanner, the POP scanner to be precise. I found the turntable to be incredibly useful, and I've actually always wanted a turntable. I've considered buying one. The scanner came packaged very nicely, the packaging reminiscent of Apple devices, the nice, stiff, but crushable foam, very tight fit between the box and the lid. Came with a tripod. The light that it came with is, from what I can tell, a high quality light. It's got micro switches to control the brightness. Charges via USB-C, which I'm a big fan of. It's a nice, sturdy, industrial feeling piece and has mounting shoes on 4 different sides actually. So we are about to start scanning this 3D bust here, and one of the things I was really curious about was what it would do with the under chin area, since it can't actually see it. Now I do know that you can take multiple scans and have them meshed together, but I'm really curious to see what it would do, how it would extrapolate form. So I decided to try a couple of different ways to scan the model. I think if I had meshed it at this point, it probably would have worked just fine, but I wanted to try different ways. So I tried laying down, I tried adjusting the model while it was scanning, at which point it picked up my hand, and I ended up restarting it. So there was a little trial and error here, but I was pretty happy with the end result. So then I tried using mobile scanning to scan my son's head, and it looks very chaotic in the scan because I'm changing up the distance to and from the target. It's losing tack on the target several different times, you'll notice. But the software is really good at picking back up where it left off, even if you've confused it. You'll see the head rotate a bunch of different times. It's trying to figure out where on it is. We get red for no match. And I'm just persistent with continuing to scan. And the point cloud that it generated is pretty great. Now, there were big sections of him that I did not, especially on the right hand side of the head here, you'll see as it turns, that I didn't scan thoroughly from the correct angles. This is the first time trying to use that. I do think that I could have done this better, but I am very impressed with the preliminary results. The POP 3D scanner by Revopoint is a dual camera infrared structured light scanner. Single capture accuracy up to 0.3 millimeters with the range of between 210 and 130 millimeters. Working distance 275 plus somewhere around 100. Minimum scan volume is 50 by 50 by 50. Scan speed is up to 8 frames per second. It's using a class 1 infrared laser. It is eye safe, so you don't actually need any eye protection. Output formats are STL, which is convenient for 3D printing, PLY, and OBJ. Now they do recommend that you spray with a non-reflective spray paint, so think flat black, flat gray, primer, something like that if you're going to scan reflective objects. I did try to scan outdoors in direct sunlight against their recommendations, and that did not work very well. It actually works quite well in the dark and up to an hour or so before sunset, and it works perfectly amazingly indoors. Weighs about 225 grams. Yeah, so the point cloud clearly shows that almost nothing underneath the chin was scanned, but it was still able to to mesh quite thoroughly without looking strange at all. I could probably have done a slightly better job scanning it. I did it in multiple clips, different angles and stuff like that, but I'm pretty impressed. My friend who uses 3D scanners for work says that in a $700 scanner, it's $100 of hardware and $600 worth of software. The software on this thing is pretty legitimate. In conclusion, I am very impressed with this scanner. The resolution is quite nice. It did not struggle at all to mesh after I had the point cloud set, and even in the chaotic scanning of a live child's head, it still kept up with handheld erratic movement. At $549, it may be a little more expensive than an impulse for a hobbyist, but if you have a good justification for this, this is probably the first one that I would go to, looking at other reviews and prices of the competition.